What if I told you that just about everything you think you know about being a great conversationalist is wrong? What if trying to be interesting is the absolute last thing you should be doing? Well, today we're going to dive into some truly surprising secrets that could totally change the way you talk to people forever.
I mean, come on. Jerry Seinfeld just absolutely nailed it with this one, didn't he? That feeling of dread, that fear of public speaking, of saying the wrong thing, it's just so universal. And it's funny because for so many of us, it is painfully true.
It's a great question, right? I mean, it's just words. We do it all day, every single day. And yet, you put us in a room with a few new people, and suddenly it feels like the hardest, most complicated thing in the world. And when we feel that pressure, our first instinct is to try and, well, change who we are. We think, oh, if I could just be funnier or smarter or, more like that super outgoing person over there, this would all be so easy. We basically try to put on a mask. But here is the big idea, the one that kind of flips everything on its head. The path to real confidence isn't about becoming someone else at all. It's about understanding, accepting, and actually using the strengths of the person you already are. So let's break down exactly how that works. All right, our first secret. This one sounds so simple, but it is a massive mental shift. It's really about giving yourself permission to just stop performing. I mean, let's face it, right? Our world often rewards the loudest voice in the room. You see it in books, movies, even in job descriptions. They all seem to suggest that to be successful, you have to be this hypersocial, talkative extrovert. But that is such a narrow view of what makes a person valuable. And this framing is just so important. This isn't about one style being good and the other one being bad. It's simply about where you get your energy and how you process information. An introvert isn't necessarily shy. They might just need to recharge. An extrovert isn't shallow. They might just be thinking out loud. The key here is that neither one is a flaw that needs to be fixed.
So the really crucial point is this. True confidence doesn't come from an introvert trying to fake being an extrovert. That's just exhausting. Real confidence comes from accepting your natural style and then learning how to use its own unique strengths.
Okay, this next one completely flips a classic piece of advice on its head. We're always told to find common ground. But what if that's not actually the most interesting part of a conversation? Come on, we've all been there. You're scrambling to find something, anything, you have in common with someone. Oh, you like coffee? Hey, I also like coffee. It's a starting point for sure, but those kinds of conversations can run out of steam pretty fast. So let's build a little visual model here. Okay, so this first circle, that's your entire world. All your hobbies, your history, your totally unique perspective on things. And then here's their circle. It's completely different from yours, right? It's filled with their own stories, their own knowledge. Now, look at this. See that little bit of overlap? That's your common ground. And it's a perfectly fine place to start. But the real magic, the real fuel for a conversation you'll actually remember is in exploring all those vast areas where your circles don't overlap. That's where the real discovery happens. And this whole idea of discovery leads us straight into our third secret, which is a really practical mindset shift that just takes all the pressure off. Yes, the dreaded awkward silence. We have all felt that panic, that feeling that we have to keep supplying topics and stories and witty remarks, or the whole thing is just going to grind to a halt. This is where we can make a really powerful change. Instead of being a supplier, all stressed out, performing, trying to remember what to say next, you become an explorer. The explorer is just relaxed and curious. And this isn't some mental trick. It actually lowers your cognitive load. When your only job is to learn, not to perform, the pressure just vanishes, and you can actually listen. You don't need a list of topics because they're already there, just waiting to be found. And now for our final secret, which might just be the most counterintuitive of them all. This is about the art of the exit. So why do we let conversations just drag on and on? Well, we get trapped. Sometimes it's because things are going great and we don't want to kill the vibe. Other times it's just plain awkward and we see no polite way out. So the solution is completely backwards from what you'd expect. Don't wait for the energy to dip. Don't wait until you've both run out of things to say and are desperately looking for an escape. The best time to end a conversation is actually at its peak. Think about it. Ending a great conversation just a little bit early is like finishing a fantastic meal when you're satisfied but not stuffed. It leaves you with this great positive memory and makes you actually eager for the next time.
It transforms the end of a conversation from an awkward escape into a strategic, positive move.
So, when you put all of these secrets together, the real goal becomes crystal clear. It's not about being the star of the show. It's about letting go of all that pressure to perform and instead just focusing on a genuine, curious connection. Be you, be curious, and know when to say, hey, it was really great talking to you. So that's the real question to leave you with. Whether it's with a coworker, a friend, or maybe even someone you just met, how are you going to shift from being a performer to being an explorer this week? Give it a try. The results might just change how you connect with everyone.